up the meals and shouting at the staff in the kitchen tent. Now, it appeared, there may be no more plaudits, just blame. "Who have you spoken to?" I asked. "Julie, Richard, Ray, and Jean," he said. "They each called me to say that none of them are coming in today, and Jean said that Martin was so ill that they called an ambulance and he went to the hospital." I knew how he felt. "How about the guests?" I asked. Carl had spoken only to my staff. "I don't know, but Jean said that when she went with Martin to the hospital, the staff there knew all about the poisoning, as they called it, so he can't have been the only one." Oh, God! Poisoning 250 of the great and the good of the racing world the night before the 2,000 Guineas was unlikely to be beneficial to my business. Being a chef who poisons his clients was not a reputation to relish. The event at the racetrack was a special. My day job was my restaurant, the Haynet, situated on the outskirts of Newmarket in Ashley Road. 60 or so lunches a day from Sunday to Friday, and dinner for up to 100 every night. At least, that's what we'd served last week, pre-poisoning. "I wonder how many of the other staff are affected," said Carl, bringing me back to the present. My restaurant had been closed for the evening, and all 11 of my regular employees had been working the dinner at the racetrack, together with 20 or so part-timers who had assisted in the kitchen and with waiting on tables. All the staff had eaten the same food as served at the function, while the guests were listening to the speeches. "I've arranged 5 to do the job at the racetrack today," I said. The thought of having to prepare lunch for 40 of the sponsors' guests sent fresh waves of nausea through my stomach and caused the reappearance of sweat on my brow. I was due to provide a 3-course meal in 2 of the large glass-fronted private boxes in the grandstand. Delafield Industries, Inc., an American tractor manufacturing multinational from Wisconsin, was the new sponsor of the first classic race of the year, and they had offered me more money than I could refuse to provide their guests with fresh steamed English asparagus with melted butter, followed by traditional British steak and kidney pie with a summer pudding for dessert. Thankfully, I had talked them out of the fish and chips with mushy peas. Mary Lou Fordham, the company marketing executive who had secured my services, was determined that the guests from back home in Wisconsin should experience the real England. She had been deaf to my suggestions that pâté de foie gras with brioche, followed by a salmon meunière, might be more appropriate. "I'll tell you right now, we don't want any of that French stuff," Mary Lou had declared. "We want English food only." I had sarcastically asked if she wanted me to serve warm beer rather than fine French wines, but she hadn't understood my little joke. In the end, we had agreed on an Australian white and a Californian red. The whole meal had boredom written all over it, but they were paying, and paying very well. Delafield tractors and combine harvesters, it seemed, were all the rage in the American Midwest, and they were now trying hard to grab a share of the English market. Someone had told them that Suffolk was the prairie country of the UK, so here they were. That the Delafield Harvester 2,000 Guineas didn't have quite the right ring to it didn't seem to worry them one bit. As things stood at the moment, they would be lucky to get anything to eat at all. "I'll call around and get back to you," said Carl. "Okay," I replied. He hung up. I knew I should get up and get going. 40 individual steak and kidney pies wouldn't make themselves. I was still lying on my bed dozing when the phone rang again. It was 10 to 8. "Hello," I said sleepily. "Is that Mr. Max Moreton?" said a female voice. "Yes," I replied. "My name is Angela Milne," said the voice formally. "I am the Environmental Health Officer for Cambridgeshire." She suddenly had my full attention. "We have reason to believe," she went on, "that a mass poisoning has occurred at an event where you were the chef in charge of the kitchen. Is that correct?" "Who are we?" I asked. "Cambridgeshire County Council," she said. "Well," I said, "I was the chef for a gala dinner last night, but I'm unaware of any mass poisoning, and I would seriously question as to whether my kitchen would be responsible for one, even if it existed. Mr.